Welcome back. This is Breezing Through, and I'm Emily. So I'm finally giving you an update on my son's room today. So I decided to put a lot of things on hold in December so that I wasn't pressuring myself to get stuff done during the holidays and leading up to the holidays, because I'm super involved in my daughter's school this year. And so there was doing stuff at school, and there was the holidays, and we got super sick, and there was winter break, and I just wanted to be able to be in the moment. So I did do little things, and that's what this update is. So I added a lot of trim. I think I'm done with the trim. We will see. And then I added all of these fun little additions. So I had these fun ideas of just like lighting and just fun activity things to add to the space that weren't, big enough to have their own post for, that I wanted to share with you. So let's get started. I'm going to show you all the things that I've done, and then we'll talk about all that I have left. So when I was deciding how I was going to cover up the obvious places that needed trim, I was thinking about what color I wanted the trim to be. I obviously needed something that was going to be wide enough. So I'm using 1x5 boards here. But I decided that since the colors were going to change in multiple places, that I wanted to do a different contrasting color than the colors I'm already using. And so that's where the purple is coming in. Originally, this purple was going to be a set of shelves, but those shelves didn't end up going where I originally planned. My one thing that I'm not sure I'm going to do or not is if I'm going to put this trim on the climbing ladder / slide wall piece right here. I am going to be removing the slide and adding shelves underneath it, and so that's not a huge deal to add trim there. I'm just not sure how that's going to work with the handles. I'm still thinking about it. I did find this pack of monkey bars that came in 6 different colors, which is kind of hard to find, honestly, and I had to wait for them to get restocked before I was able to get them, and it took a while. So that's why this video has taken so long for me to do, because I had to wait for stuff to be restocked and for stuff to be available. Anyway, so I added 3 on the wall so that my kids could climb up them to then reach the ones that are underneath the bridge. My daughter can reach the ones under the bridge, no problem. My son is still a little small to do that. I also added these little handles to the climbing ladder that goes between the platform and the little loft area above the bed. I originally wasn't going to do this, but I noticed especially my son was always looking for something to hold on to when he was trying to climb up there. He can very easily climb up there, but it's just a little extra bit of support. And when I had bought the handles that I used on the slide wall and on the posts above the rope ladder, I got 2 different shades of blue because I wasn't sure which ones were going to work the best with the slide wall. So I had these left over, and I decided to keep them because I figured I'd probably use them somewhere. Turns out I used them here. Now let's move underneath the slide where the reading nook is. First off, let's talk about this magnetic wall decal. I thought it'd be really fun to put one under here so the kids could play with magnetiles, and I would put like a container on the wall to hold the magnetiles in. I will say that this specific decal is not staying on the wall. I placed it, I did everything the instructions said, and it's not staying. So it's currently being held up with painter's tape, and you'll see that through the rest of this video. I'm not thrilled about that. I am gonna see if I can find a different kind of adhesive to attach it to the wall that's not permanent, like construction adhesive, but something else. We'll see if that works. If it doesn't, I'm just taking it down and I'm scrapping that idea. But for the rest of this area, it gets really dark underneath the slide in the reading nook. So I decided to put some lights here, but the outlet is way down here at the bottom, like most outlets are. So I got this extension cord that the head rotates, that plugs in, and then it goes flat up against the wall. It is not the prettiest thing. I will figure out a way to cover it up before I finish this project, but for now, it goes all the way up, and it has 4 different outlets at the very top, which is really nice. One of those outlets I use to plug in the baby monitor because there is still one in my son's bed, and so I put that up against the corner of the underneath of the bridge and the back wall. And then I started adding lights using the other outlets. I've been holding on to these lights for a while now because I saw them being used by another creator and I thought they were so cool. And the really nice thing about them is they come really long, but you can cut them to be a custom length. And the back of the light strips are sticky, so they have just a backing on them, and you peel it off and then you can stick them onto wherever you're placing them. I did have the lights plugged in and on as I was placing them, but when it was time to cut the length of the lights, I did unplug them because I'm not here to get electrocuted. I got 2 sets of lights, so I was able to go underneath the reading nook and then all the way down the length of the bridge as well. And this really, really helps bring a lot more light to this space underneath. I then added trim to the outside corners pretty much everywhere in this space. So there's that corner at the bed, there's the inside corners of the door frame for the bed, and I originally wasn't going to do these, but I had enough trim left over, so I ended up doing them. They're not pre-painted like the rest of them are, but I decided when I go back and do all of the finish work, I'll paint them then. I also added this wraparound trim to the loft where those two pieces of plywood meet, so it just looks more finished and nicer. It's just a little bit of elevation to the space to make everything look more professional and more done. The last spot I added this was the outside of the reading nook, again, where two pieces of plywood come together. It just covers all that up and makes it look better. I decided to put a pulley system in at the very top loft area so that my son can get balls easier from the bottom of the ball run up to that space. So I drilled a hole into one of the support posts up there. I originally was going to put it into our ceiling. However, we have had so many issues with our house and our roof and leaks and the builder, because we bought it from the builder, that I decided I did not trust the builder and how much space there may or may not be between the drywall where my head is and our actual roof on the outside of the house. So I decided to drill it into the post instead. Thought that would be safer. I got this pulley and it's the same width as this rope that I'm using. And this rope is the leftover rope from when I made the rope ladder. I got extra when I was making that just in case, and I had just enough to make this pulley system, so nothing's going to waste. I used needle nose pliers to pull the rope through, and then I went and placed the pulley up at the top where I had put the hook in. I actually also got a carabiner hook to be able to attach the hook and the pulley to each other, because otherwise there was no way to do that. So with the rope at the bottom, I took this basket that we already have. I'm not sure I'm going to keep using this specific basket, but there will be a basket. We just have this one on hand at the moment, and I didn't want to buy anything else. And I secured the rope to the basket by looping the rope around itself and then pulling it through. So we have this nice knot that's not going anywhere. And at least from the floor, this works really well. You can pull the basket up to the top where the balls can be removed through one of the holes up at the top. I'll have to see how this goes with the kids using it. I will be sure to update you on that when we get to that point. So there you go. There's the update. I know it's not exceedingly exciting, but it's just a fun few little things. So what is next? I still have to put the flooring down, and I decided to get flooring that actually perfectly matches the flooring in the rest of our house, what you see behind me. And I did kind of go back and forth between like foam flooring, like padding. I've seen different people do different things, but I specifically decided to go with flooring because this is for my son's room. It is for my son. He enjoys bouncing balls on hard surfaces. There is not a hard surface upstairs in that space except for in the bathroom. And so putting that flooring down gives him that opportunity to do that from that top space. So that's that reasoning. So I need to do the flooring. I am adding shelving underneath the slide, which I'm very excited about. I've been trying to figure out all the angles and all of that, and I should be getting started on that really soon. And then I am also going to be making like a catch all for the ball pit. And I'm going to be making kind of like a catcher for the ball run. I'm actually going to be using the nightstand that's right below it at the moment. So get ready for that. The internet's going to have a heyday with that one. I just know it. And I'm going to paint it. So just can't wait for the comments on that. And then after that, I need to do all of the finish work. So that's the wood filling, the caulking, the painting, all of that. So then that space will be done after that. And then I will move on to the other side of the room where I'm going to be adding the Murphy bed. Like I've said before, this is going to take me well into 2026, especially at the rate I'm going at the moment. But I'm really hoping to get started on the Murphy bed by March. Hopefully I can. That's my hope. We'll see if we can get there. I have all the stuff I need for the Murphy bed. I know exactly what I need to do and all of the cuts and the plans and all of the things that I need for that. I just need to finish everything else up because I don't want to start the Murphy bed until I am done with my son's side of the room. So that's it. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you can see more updates about how I finish up this room. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.